Boom. Ah. All right. Hey, how's it going? My name is Cam Daddy D. This is my boy,
Ty, Ohio.
and we are
Hellbent.
What's next?
Hold on. Shout out to Loot for sponsoring today's episode. It is the place to get all your CDH playing Japanese Russian foils. He works with a lot of altruists. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. Check it out at discord.gg/Loot. Thanks, dude.
All right, and we are joined by our friend Andy Beach, or
Hello.
NATO64 on Discord.
And other places.
And other places.
The interwebs.
The interwebs, yes.
Yeah.
Why don't we talk about Andy and all his greatness?
Yeah. CDH royalty right here. Andy top four both invitationals and the Boil 2 and the Lango Open. Won some SCG cons, I'm pretty sure. Longtime player, the GOAT, Sonic enjoyer. Multifaceted individual, really.
Well, Andy, let's talk about how did you even get into Magic?
Well, wait, is it better for me to look that way or you? Or should I
Whatever
just be
feels
like
good.
this the whole time?
Whatever feels
I'll
comfortable.
just like pivot. We'll just
Yeah.
I'll say one sentence, two sentence, three sentence.
Whatever feels.
No, back in like 2019 or so is when I got into Magic. A good friend of mine was like a long time like enfranchised player, had been playing 60 cards since like mid 2000s or whatever, and he had a cube that was pretty much the only way he played Magic at that point. And he's like, hey, you might like this card game. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I thought it was a ton of fun. And then he tried to get me into Commander because he played weekly with his friends. And I very quickly realized that I was like a spike.
Yeah.
Because like my first deck had Blood Moon in it, and
Unfun, bro.
Yeah.
Unfun.
Terrible.
and yeah, I was very quickly like leaned into like the powerful side of Magic, and I quickly outpaced that play group.
Okay.
Even within a few months of just learning the game, and then
You said 2019?
Pretty recent.
I've been playing longer than that, and I suck. So I feel like garbage. Well then, what
I mean, that was still like 6 years ago, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID.
What got you then? I guess you surpassed the play group.
Mm-hmm.
CEDH.
Hadn't really
What
took off yet.
Yeah, it didn't take off. What got you into the more competitive side then?
Honestly, playing with Power.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because they had their YouTube channel back then, and as I was researching, like, because when I first started playing just casual Commander with this play group, like, I didn't know what I was doing. I did not know how to construct a deck, and I got pup stomped every single week. So I started like just researching like what are good decks, like how to make your deck better, and I quickly found CDH, so I started like putting CDH stuff in my decks, like, and I had some excess money at the time to throw at cards, so I bought like Mana Crypt and Mox Diamond and stuff.
Proxies weren't allowed back then.
No,
No go. So I've
always been like a collector of things at heart, so it's like I wouldn't have proxied even if they were allowed. But so I built a Marin of Clan Neltoth, Protean Hulk deck, and it sucked, but it could pub stomp casuals. So, and then I took it to a LGS and ran across now a good friend of mine. I still play with him weekly, who had an actual like CDH Najila deck. Shout outs to Josh. You guys know.
Was it Jake Belangi?
No, I didn't know Jake at this time yet. Met him soon after this, but so me and Sean, the guy that got me into Magic, he had like a more of a high power, not CDH Derevi deck. Okay. We would meet up with Josh like every week and just play, and then I got on the CDH database, built the first sliver, and then I played that for like way too long. That deck sucks.
And then eventually you landed on farm. So I guess how did we get to farm?
Okay, yeah.
Sliver?
I played the first sliver for many months. Took it to every tournament, and was consistently like top fouring, you know, like,
Okay.
and I mean, these were just like 20, 30 person
Yeah, yeah,
locals,
yeah.
But at the time, our locals were like good players still. Like Kevin was at
Yeah.
all these events. Max Sternberg is at all these events, right? So
This
it's
is
still
actually
like,
before Max, but
Okay.
it's still like good players. Even
yeah.
before the time, these are like good players.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it still felt like a real event today. It's still a lot
Yeah.
of the people that play today,
Right.
and like everyone was trying to get better at the time. People were experimenting because like you know, in 2020, 2021, like CDH still wasn't. I mean, it's not solved now, but it's was even less so back then.
Oh yeah, like more experimental.
I mean, like
Yeah.
you never knew what you were going to sit against. Like,
No.
people didn't even realize Ristic Study was a good card for back then. There, I saw many decks not playing Ristic Study, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, jeez.
Like I remember there was a Kenrith Hermit Druid list going around, and I have no idea why it wasn't on Ristic Study, but it just wasn't.
Unsynergistic. Yeah.
No
It
defined
didn't
meta.
synergize
Yeah.
with putting your deck in your graveyard. Like you wipe those cards in the grave, not in your hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, then there was like a very there's a player that was like went to like every event around then. He was, you know, talking with everybody, and he's like, I remember him talking to me, and he's like, you know, I feel like you're always so close to winning a tournament, and I've never seen you win one. And I'm like, damn, that kind of hurts. And like at this point, like I feel like CDH as a whole was getting a little bit bigger. Like there was a little bit more data for like larger tournaments and stuff, and I'm like, that was when like you kind of saw the data around Blue Farm starting to pop up, and I'm like, I'm gonna give this a shot. Like I already had all the cards, so I'll just put it together. Anyways, I won 5 tournaments in a row, and
Made the switch to farm 5 tournaments.
Many such cases.
Yeah.
Such cases.
literally, it just felt broken.
Yeah.
You could just sit there, draw a few cards, drop a Grand Abolisher, and win, and everyone's like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Why don't you think more people aren't playing the deck then? If it's so good, has been good, will always probably be good.
It's literally just because like this is an extension of a casual format where people just want to play what they want to play.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, that shows itself in 60 card too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Not everyone plays the tier 0
meta.
deck or tier 1 or
Right.
whatever. But even more so, even in Blue Farm, people play cards that are not optimal just because they want to play what they want to play. And that will always be a part of this format. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, I really get that. Famously running Ore Thief in my Rock side list and crushing with it. And I also think there's something about the variance in a 100 card format that you can like get away with running some chaff, especially when you're playing the 80 best Magic cards literally ever printed in your deck, right? Like, do the other 20 cards matter that much?
Yeah, I've had so many conversations like on like Discord or in person where people are talking about like, well, I don't know what to run for these last few cards in farm.
It
And it's
doesn't
like,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
It actually
It's the
doesn't
80, 85, maybe 90 cards that matter, and the other ones, it's like you can literally run 10 basic islands and it probably won't affect your win rate.
Yeah. No, I agree. And then to circle back to your switching to farm and winning 5 in a row.
Yeah, speaking of.
Andy spanked my butt. Andy spanked my butt. So at the Envy, Andy turned to me under an Abolisher or under a Silence, playing Blue Farm in C1, and it sucked my soul out. Me and Jordan Drake are like sitting at each other like, what just happened to us, bro? And Blue Farm's supposed to be the good guy, and I realized that it's actually just Rogside with Silence. And that seemed really appealing, so I switched after Andy kicked my butt and went on a 4 tournament unbeaten streak.
Yeah, literally no losses.
Yeah, 23-0-7, 4 wins.
That's better than my streak because I lost some games in those tournaments I won.
Notably, you weren't at those events.
Wait, was Isaac any of these either? I don't think he was.
No. I was just beating up on poor Kyle Schaff. Poor
Just
Kyle
dunking
Schaff.
on him when there's none of the top players.
Yeah, dude, all the old heads went to sleep, and I said, now's my time to shine. And yeah, Blue Farm is so sick to play. It, from an outside perspective, always playing Rogside or other decks, and then switching to farm, the deck plays a lot differently than I thought it did from the outside. When I was like playing Rogside, Blue Farm was always a deck, especially in the beginning when I was playing Rogside. I was like, I don't want to jam into farm. They don't have that much interaction. And by the time at the end on Rogside, when I had started winning, I was like, Blue Farm only has 6 free counter spells. I should just jam into them. And especially now playing farm, I drop my turn 1 fish, and I'm like, God, please don't. I hope this round doesn't jam into me.
Honestly, most of Blue Farm's wins come from people playing way too scared of it.
Yeah.
100%. I think that if people just like hated blue, like it would be so easy to hate Blue Farm out of the format.
Oh yeah, it's still just the same cards every other deck is playing.
Correct.
It's
We just have Timna in the command zone to help mulligans.
Yeah.
So
It's just slightly more efficient at everything.
Right.
But that doesn't mean it's broken. Like
yeah, but it is the best deck. Like we're
oh
all
yeah,
against.
no, there's no
Without a doubt.
competition.
So
for that.
outside of like
Except for Tulane, I mean that's kind of
the Tulane goat. So I guess outside of like you have Timna and Crown in the command zone, which like helps a lot with the mulligans, right? Like that. I think when I'm at least playing Blue Farm, like Timna it's not plan A, right? It's like, oh, my mulligan's bad, or I don't have anything else to do. Let me cast my Timna. And I guess it turns on Fierce and Swat if you're running those, but I've seen people cut them.
Dude, those are my favorite hands. Is when you just have like turn 1 or 2 Timna with deflecting SWAT in your hand. You're
Yeah.
like, I am so living till turn 5.
Timna also lets you get away with keeping hands that like really are bad and you shouldn't. I won a game I went to Atlanta, I went to the cookout, and I won a game that was 2 lands, a Simian Spirit Guide, and a Fairy Mastermind. And I won that game because I just turned I think I drew a rock, turn 1 Timna, turn 2 Fairy Mastermind. You just like win. You just win the game, which is so sick and broken. And Timna is such a like fucked up Magic card.
Honestly, like that's why I know a lot of people talk about cutting Bowmasters, but I like it just for the Timna plan. Because if you have turn 1 Bowmasters,
it's 2 attackers.
Yeah, turn 1 Bowmasters, turn 2 Timna. You're clearing the board for 3 draws every turn now.
I think that the Bowmasters thing is interesting, and I think it's starting to Bowmasters is starting to feel a bit like Dockside, in the way that like people are running clones just to snipe Bowmasters, and like Blue Farm is a deck that draws cards. The reason why Blue Farm is so good is because it draws cards. You create such a card advantage. That's why Bowmasters. I understand when to cut Bowmasters because when it gets cloned, it really sucks. Like it does. Like I want to keep my creatures are like dumb, stupid little value engines, but like the incremental advantage that you gain off their creatures, like I want to keep them alive. Like all of them. I want all of them alive until I'm ready to diabolic intent my Esper Sentinel win the game. Right? So
Dude, my favorite thing to do is to get as many Esper Sentinels on the battlefield as I can.
dude, it's so sick.
You go Esper Sentinel, Mockingbird,
side plan.
like copy artifact.
Yeah.
and
My other
Z, you know.
then a Bowmasters inevitably hits the battlefield, and
Yeah,
like someone casts one spell, and it's like there went my army of little dudes.
sick. Now my graveyard's full. Here's my breach. No, my other win in Atlanta was I kept a hand that was like Exotic Orchard, Mockingbird, 2 counter spells, and the dude in front of me played Command Tower, Esper Sentinel, and I was like, "This is so sick. Here's my better Command Tower, Esper Sentinel." But Esper Sentinel's goated. It's the best turn 1 play. It's better than turn 1 fish most of the time. I think.
Oh,
so.
I agree.
Because you can continue to develop your mana around it.
Hot take: turn 1 fish is not a good play.
No, unless there's like you're in a pod that's like Rocksai, me in for a seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking more in like the farm mirror or something, like just your average.
Oh,
CDH
Esper Sentinel's
game,
so much
like-
better.
yeah.
Yeah, and it attacks.
And no one pays for Esper Sentinel. It's just like
It's
it's one card.
It's just
It's one card,
Yeah, just
but
take
it
it.
draws 4 cards. It's like Tataru.
Yeah.
1 treasure, 1
Okay.
treasure, 1 treasure.
Tataru sucks.
No, Tataru is goated.
Dude, I mean I have it in my deck just because I love mana, but like it's not good.
It's a dwarf for Magda.
Dude, all of this Blue Farm talk, and I'm just like, just count to 7.
Yeah, you just want to cast a dinosaur.
Game plan.
I wish Atali didn't have green in the back just so you could play it in Blue Farm.
Yeah.
You could get away with it in more kitten decks too,
Oh,
because
yeah.
like Kitten Atali is like the end of the game.
Oh,
my
you
God.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sick.
Yeah. What's
I remember the game we played. I think it was the last game we played, where you flipped into like
Oh, the first
a
flip was-
kitten, a clone, and like a demonic tutor. I was like, I
You
don't
had
know.
to
I
have
had
the
Mind
mind
Break
break
Trap.
trap. I was like, damn it, Andy. It was the sickest flip of the day. I was like, dang it.
I learned my lesson to keep the mind break trap when I play against you. No, we're putting that on the bottom.
So, you had like switched to farm and started doing really well at these events, especially large events. So I guess outside of playing Blue Farm, what do you think is like the most impactful thing, or like the thing that you did different to like help start converting at these large events, or like wisdom to share to anybody like that maybe is in the cuff. They're like winning locals, top 4 locals, making runs into day 2s of events, but like not winning on Sunday. So how do you get there? How do you win on Sunday?
I can't.
Because Andy Beach doesn't lose on Sundays.
Andy Beach doesn't lose on Sundays. We've got to find a stat.
That's true. I gotta stop going to Saturday events. Just Sundays. I will. Honestly, I think it's mostly a mental thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, part of it is a deck. Like, that's why I played Atraxa for like a long time.
That's what you won you went undefeated through an SCG con win on.
Yeah.
Atraxa.
Oh, I had literally the craziest month I've ever had. I went through 3 or 4 events. I think I went 16-0-3 or something.
Yeah, this is pre-ban though. Pre-ban.
Oh, Dockside.
It's not like if you play
No,
Dockside anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manicure and Jewel Lotus, but
Yeah.
True.
I not to like discount anything from that, but I had this discussion yesterday with Kevin Simmons and a couple other players, Kirkland Brown, another GOAT, and we were arguing basically that pre-ban is a different format entirely.
Yeah.
Like it is almost a different game than what CDH is now. Not to take anything away from that, but
it's I don't know.
it's very different.
It's different.
And I also think the player skill level has changed a lot. The floor is a lot higher than it used to be. At least I think so.
I don't know. I feel like it's hard to say definitively one way or another because it's like, or like there's give and take to everything.
Sure.
I feel like the format really isn't that much different, personally.
Yeah. I think winning is
The
harder
same
now.
principles apply, and I think it's less more of how like those cards actually impacted the physical game we're playing with, and more just people's mindsets.
Sure.
That
makes
but I
sense.
think we're actually like, at least what few games I have played, like post invitational, like people are playing very, very differently. They're, I feel like if you can just put a win on the stack, you're winning the game.
Way more aggressive.
Yeah.
Way more aggressive.
And that's kind of how it was with in the Dockside days. Like I remember like my game plan for the longest time when I played the first sliver, when I played farm, when I played Atraxa, it was
Sorry.
It's like I'm looking for the quickest window I can to put a win attempt plus protection.
Which is one of the things that makes Wolf Farm the best.
Yeah.
Almost always have a silencer.
Especially for like Rebel and Silence, Worm's Chant, Voice of Victory, Grand Abolisher. What's the Ranger Captain of Eos? You just have like so many ways to protect and win.
I feel like the whole idea of like putting a win attempt on the stack, converting actually into a win, is why Atraxa was not working out for me. Like I ended up dropping it because I looked back at like I went to 2 large events like Punt City 3 and the first boil, maybe a 3rd large event with Atraxa, and I started every single one of those day 1, 2, 0 and 3, I believe. So like sitting pretty, just need one more win, and I didn't convert at any of them. And I look back at like all my games during that period, and I'm like, every single time I attempted to win the game, I won the game, like uncontested.
Yeah.
So it's kind of why I switched back to Blue Farm. It's like that's just so much better at actually
Easier to
putting
actually
a win attempt on the stack.
Yeah. No, I definitely it feels as if you would rather throw a win on the stack even if you don't have backup versus because, if I don't try to win, the next person does, realize nobody had anything anyways. I'm going to shoot myself in the foot later and like if I would have just pushed.
Dude, that was my thing
It's
with
tough.
when I played Rockside for a little bit. My draw rate was insane because every game I didn't care what anyone else was doing. I didn't care what was going on. If you could show me 5 pieces of interaction, if my hand says this can win the game, I'm going to jam.
Yeah.
You can interact with you if you want, but then he'll probably win. So we're drawing.
Right.
So I either won or we draw.
Yep.
I that's like my favorite thing about playing Rogsai, and
Just turbo
you
in
can
general
you can just put people in nasty positions. But here's a win attempt on the stack. I'm not agreeing to a draw. You can stop me if you want to. You lose to the next guy because I put him 30 cards. But you can pact me, and we'll both lose. Like, or you can accept IDs there too. Yeah. Sometimes they just let you win, bro. Or like the other thing, and me and Kevin Simmons talked about this recently, is that like wheels, like people get like crazy greedy with wheels. People can counter a rock slide wheel. They'll have a counter in hand. They'll be like, I'll let it happen because they like think like, oh, I'll draw a better hand too. And
Mhm.
I promise that if it's rock slide's turn and they wheel, the game is over. Like it's just the game's over.
Kevin's always like, it's just Jessica's will plus wheel. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. But the like
Wolf Arm has 3 cards in hand.
the propulsion of like the spell velocity that Rockside can produce, it's never just a wheel. In the Invitational, I didn't do that well. I had a 1 win, and the win was a turn 1 wheel, and the player in 4th seat mauled the 4 and tried to force negation it. I was like, stop, bro. You effectively mulliganed to 2. If you stop this, the other 2 players kept 7 cards. It's like, this is beneficial for the table. And he was like, fine, and let it happen. And I wheeled into Breach and Time Twister. He didn't wheel into any lands. Player 4, I'm sorry, bro. And I cast the Breach. It got countered. I cast the Time Twister, redrew the Breach, and it was like a 4-wheel game, right? Which is like the chaos of like turbo and just jamming, like causes people's brains to like short circuit sometimes.
Absolutely.
But I'm like a huge proponent of just rip it, bro.
Yeah.
It's so fun too. It's the
I mean,
most fun way to play Magic.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the mentality straight up. I
Yeah.
really do think you don't see people playing, more conservatively. It's like, no, if I have it, I'm pushing. We literally had a game last night at the tournament. There was a Sovala, which I've never played against Sovala before.
The Selesnya Savala?
Tap it, yeah, everybody draw
yeah.
the Selesnya one. And this guy had Thassa's Consult, but there was an untapped Sovala. He didn't even think about, oh, this dude taps Sovala, I just lose. But because it's like everybody's in that mindset of I have win in hand, I'm pushing. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. Like blindsided by the fact that if you would have maybe waited one more turn, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather just jam, but you have to be like aware of like
Yes.
board states.
Yeah.
and that, right?
Yeah.
You gotta know your odds.
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
you were playing Rockside too. So why farm over Rockside? Because it's just like Rockside with Grand Abolisher.
It's a couple reasons.
Or like a
It's
meta call.
more consistent and also just more my play style to be a little more.
You like to
slowly
like
paced.
hoard the resources and sit
I
there.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
That's also a play style thing is the fact that like I don't put win attempts on the stack until I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I've watched you
'Cause I was
bro, I watched you play a 4-hour game and you just had ad nauseum in your hand the whole time. There's like 60 spells on the stack.
I know what game you're talking about, and I think about that a lot because that one annoyed me because like
I know exactly
okay.
what you're talking about.
I know you know, bro. It was the most
all
painful
3
game of my life.
players had mana. They all had 7+ cards in hand and Rhystic Study. I had Fast as Oracle, Consult, Fluster, Force, Fierce, Swat,
Born, ad
and
nauseam.
Adnause, and Born, and I was
And
like
a tie.
and so I was 1 mana short of actually being able to use the Fluster as backup, which is the only reason I didn't go for it.
It was, bro,
And I thought I
the
could- and I
longest
thought I could-
semifinals of my life.
I thought I could sit on Born and just do it whenever, and everyone just
there were 4 Borns on the stack, I think, by the end of that stack. Though.
yeah. Well, that game, literally, one of the players protected another player's win. Like he was not the. So
What?
my win was the last one on the stack, and then
So you held it.
yeah, my Born was the last thing that was going to resolve. I was going to win that game, and one of the players was like, "I'm going to kamikaze kill myself, mind break trap everything except his, like everything, including the stuff stopping, Avi's emergent zone activation."
Did Avi end up winning that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like bro,
Shout out
why?
Abi.
Shout out Avi.
I mean, Avi's the goat, but
Top
like
20 player in the world.
I mean, I'm not mad at Avi winning. It's just like
Yeah,
someone
bro.
handed him the win in their game.
Hey, I've been known to receive a free win every now and
Bro,
then. brother.
you
I'm
literally
the
just
king.
asked for it and people gave it to you.
It's true.
Ty just goes, Teehee, can I have
Yeah,
win?
What's
You'll get-
Isaac
you'll get in the
Teehee,
final.
Ad nauseum Teehee?
You'll get in the finals and you'll just be like, you can have the warp gate point. Can I win?
Andy's calling him out.
We have a one of our local tournaments. It's like a series thing, so it's like all 12 events from the year go into an invitational, and the person first in the standings wins 10 dual lands, and then there's an invitation with like the top 32 players to win a time twister. And I actually think I have the most actual tournament wins at Warp. Never one's on top deck from Warp Gate.
But
Yeah.
because
But me and Isaac Smith had like split the points, so I would get the top deck and he would get the Warp Gate, and now he won the 10 duels.
I
But
don't,
I got
even,
him to the
I don't
Invitational,
even know
so-
why Isaac would like agree to that. He was already so far ahead. Why not play from like?
He said he wanted to make it statistically impossible for me or Cam to catch it
Yes.
because we were the closest.
because it was like Isaac, me, I think Andy,
We're the top four.
before,
We're the
yeah.
top four.
Yeah.
and then Isaac was like, no, I'm getting ahead.
Yeah, he like did the math. He wanted to make it statistically impossible.
I'm so mad they ran.
I
the
was
circuit.
pissed at him, bro. I was like, I could have actually won some duels. I was like, why'd you do that,
Win
bro?
the twister, bro. Win the twister.
Dude, I'm so mad. Like last year they ran the same circuit. There was nothing for getting first. I smoked everybody.
Yo, shout out Warp Gate.
I love the warp game, but like, where's my 10 duels?
Sponsor us, Steve. Sponsor us.
All right.
Well, I guess that's the tournament. Our next segment is call-ins. So we're gonna take call-ins from viewers. We do have a call today, so we'll take a call-in and a live react with our guests.
All right.
So we'll have our first call right here.
You ready for this?
I didn't know
Andy?
this was happening, but okay.
We know you didn't.
Yeah, this is a surprise. So you can call us at this number right here to get on. Leave a voicemail, and you might get on with our next guest. All right. You ready?
Who is it?
We'll find out. It's a caller. All right, here we go.
First time caller listening long. What's your favorite pre-tournament song? Ooh, mine is Science Field Delivered, I'm yours. Hey guys, Brent Fletman here, representing Topeka, Kansas, 66546 crew. You know it, you love it.
Thanks for the call, Brent.
All right, guys, so what I'm wondering is, what's your favorite pre-tournament song? I've been listening to Science Field Delivered, I'm Yours by Stevie Wonder. But I'm wondering if there's different songs I should be listening to before tournaments to get myself amped up, but to also increase my EV. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that the song you listen to before a tournament impacts your play. I've listened to some bum-ass tunes before a tournament, and that's a fat L. I went 050. like that guy Blakey on Semi Blue. Now, what I'm wondering is, what songs do I need to listen to crush? Yeah, please cut out the laughing. It really ruins this call. But thanks, guys. Steve Brent Fleming out.
Okay, so he asked, what's a good tune? What's a good pre-tournament tune?
Yeah, what's your pre-tournament song?
What are you listening
Okay,
to?
guess.
Guess?
Yeah, it's a band.
Pink Floyd.
No.
No.
No,
Jackson 5.
no, if I really want to get in the mood,
You
for
look like a
tournament-
Dave Matthews Band enjoyer.
Oh God, no.
What is it?
Metallica.
Closer.
AC/DC.
Oh.
I have no
All
idea.
right, I'll tell you. Limp Bizkit.
Oh, what,
They're
break
s-
shit?
The Nookie.
Yeah, they're just like they're so hype.
Dude,
It's like and aggressive. It just gets me in that mood of like, yes,
you just in the car.
I'm gonna just take people's lunch money now.
what would you listen to? I don't know that I actually like
Listen to music.
listen to music.
I definitely do. I like to bring my AirPods to the tournament and listen to music between rounds too. I listen to a lot of like hardcore. So right now I'm really into Dying Wish is a band that I'm really into. Knocked Loose is a classic. Kubla Khan. I mean, there's like a wide variety of hardcore bands. Sea of Space Cowboy is a band that I'm really into right now as well.
I don't know who I would listen to.
Yeah. I like the amp music. It's always like
Classical.
no, bro.
Big fan of opera.
It's 9
Calms
in
you
the
down.
morning.
Low key, some Beethoven goes hard. Just
No. It's 9 in the morning and I need to like be awake. I need like actual just noise, like loud noise, and I need to yell to warm up the old vocal cords so I can yap. Like, yeah.
All right. So we've talked about Blue Farm and how good it is, why it's good. As Andy here is somebody who has not only done well with Blue Farm, but converted on multiple other decks. You talked a little bit about the first sliver. We threw in a little Chulane love there. What, when you're not playing Blue Farm as a Blue Farm player, how do you beat Blue Farm? When the matchup, for example, is like Tivit or Chulane or the first sliver against Blue Farm, how are you winning those games? What's your approach to opposing Blue Farms?
Well, I don't know how to win with the first sliver. That deck sucks.
Fair.
But
That's
that was like
old tech. Old
40
tech.
years ago.
moons before this time.
Many moons
Yeah,
before
yeah.
you played wheel on curve and somehow won. That's how you won with the first sliver. And there were also no blue farm players, so it's pretty easy to do.
That's fair.
So-
Not the first sliver. Don't play the first sliver, but
how to beat blue farm?
what's the mentality behind you're up against a blue farm? I need to outvalue or out like how do you what's the mentality?
Or like, why would you even take a deck that's not blue farm? And like, I have like an idea of an answer, and I'm sure Cam does too, because he doesn't play blue farm, and I've played a bunch of other decks too.
Never have. Don't know if I ever will.
I mean,
what's
for
your
the
take? What's
most
your
part,
take?
why I would not take blue farm to a tournament is just because I want to play something else. I get bored with blue farm very
Fair.
easily.
And you mentioned that earlier, like there's always going to be personal preference
Yeah.
going into
I don't
But-
like playing the same deck for very long in general because like
Fair.
I not only get a little bored of it, I find myself falling into suboptimal play patterns of like I'll tutor for the same thing just because
Yeah, that's
like, I
worked
know
before,
it'll
it'll work again, right?
Yeah, and it's
Totally
just
fair.
not the optimal way to play. But in terms of like if I'm actually trying to metagame,
Sure.
which like there's been a couple times
Yes.
where I've taken something over blue farm to something where like my only goal is to bring whatever I think is best.
Yeah.
Mm.
So for example, we have like 2 Ohio local invitationals coming up that we're all 3 of us are qualified for both, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like the deck quantity is kind of known. Like, are you like theoretically you're metagaming these? What are you like? What's the decision making process?
Bro,
Or you
Ohio
don't-
meta. Ohio's meta is
Ohio's
so weird.
stupid.
32 players. There's going to be 6 Italis. Keep that in mind. What do you do?
I don't know that there's 6 Italians. Me for sure.
I'm
That's
playing
one.
Dranith in the command zone.
Yeah.
That's-
In the command zone.
How?
Freaking Rocco.
Augusta.
Rocco for 2. You guys can't play anymore.
Low key though.
Ayo.
I'm scared.
Honestly, I'm thinking like trying to think back of like the only times I've really metagamed like for something better than Blue Farm was Atraxa back when like it was doing better like in the I don't know if you guys remember like the chonky meta where everyone was playing Tivit,
Yeah.
Dargo,
Yeah.
Atraxa, like
Niv Mizzet.
Itali.
every
Yeah,
game
not
back
yet.
then was going to turn 6+, and
Yeah.
Atraxa was the best deck at having something in the command zone that quickly turns the corner in the late game. Once you have enough mana to do Atraxa plus something, you just won those games. You just cast Atraxa, you suddenly got a burst of 7 cards over your opponents, and then you could pretty easily convert something over it. But as the meta got a little more aggressive,
Yeah, like
that,
in today's meta, you're walking into a tournament. Like for example, you won with Tivit a little before
Mhm.
Pittsburgh, right?
See, I
But-
do experiment a lot with like a lot of decks I just bring to a tournament because
Mhm.
I'm like I have the idea that there's something there. I think it might be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think one of the things I look for most when brewing a deck is a combo in the command zone. That's like my
Okay.
favorite thing to have as a commander
Sure. Yeah.
because it's the easiest way to actually convert into a win. It's so easy to build a 99 that is just value slop. Like you have
Blue
Esper
farm.
Sentinels and
Yeah.
Mystic,
All the
Ristic,
best
Tutors.
Like I feel the same way. The decks that I played the most tournaments on are Malcolm decks, which has a combo of the command zone.
Yeah.
And I played so much Luma recently, which does the same sort of shit.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, and like Tivit does the value slop thing very well. It has
Esper good
I
stuff.
mean pretty suboptimal value in the command zone, but it's there.
Yeah.
And then it just has the easiest just 2 mana I win the game button.
Right.
Yeah.
And it ended up being pretty good. I actually was going to take it to the Invitational. I don't remember if I talked to you guys about that.
We definitely talked in Zen about that. And then like the 3-pod decision. probably was
Yeah,
a
that was
factor.
what really knocked it because like I was going to bring Blue Farm to this past Invitational.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give myself a mental break from the deck, so I put Tivit together because I was like, I think it's good enough. It'll be fun to play.
Sure.
And it seemed really good. And then as we were like playing on like Thursday, Friday night before the Invitational, I played exclusively Tivit through all that. And I was kind of like dominating games. Like my win rate was absurdly
With
high
Tivit?
against like some of the best players in the world, and they're all playing like Blue Farm, like just value decks, and I'm like, is Tivit actually really good? And
So-
I was really close to bringing it, but like I couldn't, not with the
Well,
three-farm
so
thing.
dive a little deeper into that. Then you're playing Tivit. You're going against, like you said, really good players on Blue Farm. What are you doing to dominate those games, or what were you doing there that you're like, I need to maybe do things a little different here to beat Blue Farms?
In terms of like Tivit or just in general?
I guess sure Tivit, but like yeah,
Because it does change a little bit differently from like what deck you're playing.
Sure.
Tivit attacks aggressively in the mid game.
okay,
That's how it competes with Blue Farm or beats them.
Sure.
Because it can play the same early game. It can play the same mid game. It has more aggressive interaction suite and more like to the battlefield stacks effects.
more like control.
Yeah, like it plays Drannith, which I played on Blue Farm too, but it plays Drannith, Oppo, Cursed Totem,
Okay.
Grafdigger's Cage, like all the things that like
it might be the best Grafdigger's Cage deck, and that deck can
Oh, yeah.
support running Urza's Saga, which is a uncounterable way to get one of those
Mhm.
like very powerful stacks effects into play without casting it, right? So
yeah, that deck is just very good at just like playing a piece that's like if your opponents want to win, they have to have now one more piece of interaction to remove this.
and it has to be a balance spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's not very many effects in CDH that are played that are just like destroy Grafdigger's Cage.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to, and it might just be a local meta thing, but I'm starting to see like more abrupt decays and stuff because of that.
I think Assassin's Trophy is like
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
It can destroy your cradle.
Yeah. And like Boseiju, obviously, and then like Chain into the Flood Maw.
Yeah.
Psych Rift, maybe. But
Yeah.
there are a few ways to deal with things once they're already on the battlefield, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it is almost like the opposite of, so you're saying with the mid range, like attacking, controlling, almost like staxing a little bit to stop Blue
Yeah.
Farm from almost overtaking the game. It's almost the complete opposite, like playing a Tally or Roxai,
Yeah.
where you're almost like trying to get in front of maybe the value engines, and I don't want to see Ristic before I storm off, or like the Ral decks, like you're trying to almost before they can smack down a Smothering Tithe or Ristic, I'm like trying to get ahead of that. So
Honestly,
it's interesting.
even then, you jam into that. Like,
Oh,
it's not
well,
gonna get
yes.
better for you.
Right, exactly. You try, but
Yeah.
It ain't getting better.
right,
It's
right.
just variance whether like the
Yeah.
first 5 cards they drew have Force of Will in it or not.
Yep.
You know.
That's
Yeah.
like when I was playing Roxai, my favorite thing is like, please mulligan for a value engine and tap out, because
Yeah.
like I know you can't be holding anything now. Like I'm ready to jam, right? But once they develop, that's like part of the turbo versus like the control. Like Tivit is like
Yeah.
causing chaos on purpose, versus like Tivit, you're like giving people a sense of like ease and like you're slowing the game down a lot.
Tivit's the good guy, and people know that.
Yes.
They love to see the Grafdigger's Cage. They're like,
Yeah, they're like, "Yay, Tivit!"
Yeah.
and then you're like, "Anyway, Grand Abolisher."
And in the long game, you will like eventually win, right?
Yeah.
But like versus playing a turbo deck, causing chaos on purpose, like giving the game a feeling of unease, and now your opponents like can't trust each other, like which is like a whole different mindset thing too. So it's not just about like the cards; it's
Turbo,
also
like-
about like the creating the environment of the game too.
right.
I think Turbo, especially, I think even more so than Roxai, Atali, just completely changes the dynamic.
It
of the
warps the game around it.
game. You don't play
warps the-
CDH anymore. You play Stop Atali so we can play a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and like the game, and Roxai used to be like that. But now definitely is Atali. Ral is like that too.
Yeah, Ral is another deck where it's like you need to have removal or counterspell the first thing they do on turn 2, or you're losing the game.
Yeah. And I think there's something appealing about like being the person that can like cause the chaos versus like playing the good guy. Sometimes it's fun to like play the bad guy. And like
Yeah.
that is a fun thing to do. If your opponents are too greedy to do it, to stop their game plan and like deal with you, then you just get to win the game, which is like sick. And Atali does it often. You've won events and
Oh yeah.
like
But it is interesting, like kind of the flip side of like if you are the turbo player, your game plan does change also against who you're playing with. Like if I'm against Blue Farm, they're not guaranteed to have interaction early. They're
there's only
probably
7
looking for
pieces.
engines.
There's only 7 free pieces or something like that,
But
right?
if I don't know the
The
number.
hardest decks
Force,
against turbo
Force,
players are
Mind
low
Break
color blue
Trap.
decks.
Yeah.
Like Kinnan is a scary deck when I'm playing turbo. Like I don't like Kinnan. I don't like Yuriko. I don't like
Honestly, Tivit
Tivit.
is one where it's like because they're not doing shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're playing land pass.
Yeah.
That's a counter spell.
Those and-
turn 2 is a Drannith. Well, rip.
Those
Like-
in the low color blue decks because they don't have enough colors, so they can like run less optimal interaction pieces. So there's just more interaction in the deck too,
Yeah.
which is like scary.
Well, I mean, in Tivit, I was playing more just like catch-all interaction, like
Yeah,
mana drain.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually playing it because I didn't know it existed, but Kyle Schaff was telling me about it, and I can't remember the name of
The
it.
goat. Kyle
It's
Shout out Kyle Shep.
shout out. It's literally forked, but it's blue. I don't remember what it's called. It's not Narset's Reversal.
It's a 2-mana one.
Yeah,
We'll throw it up right here.
It's just look all confused.
Whoa.
Can't remember what it's called. Is it? I don't remember. It's
Something cool.
It's a cool spell though.
yeah, it's better than Narset's Reversal because it's like it can also be used as a counterspell. Narset's Reversal can't because it's like you fierce.
Is it
Narset's
Tails
Reversal.
End? No.
No, it's literally has the exact same text as Fork, but it's blue. And those effects are really good because I've had multiple times where I've been in like a deep late game stack battle. My Born got caught at the bottom of the stack, and I'm not a huge Valley Flood Color fan. I don't normally play it in a lot of decks unless I'm on Necro.
Yeah.
But I wish I had another Born. Well, copy spell is also
Yeah.
another Born. Like I love. I was really against it in Blue Farm for the longest time. Flare duplication because I've never sacking creatures for it. I should probably just play Fork because like I never.
Honestly,
Flare is never
Is
free.
this the hot new tech fork?
I think Fork effects are broken. I really do.
Yeah.
That's the hottest take out of this whole podcast is that fork.
I run Flare.
fork.
Fork. I need to run Fork and
You need to
Italic.
run. Aren't there like 5 forks?
Oh, there's a bunch. Yeah. There's a bunch of copy, target instant, or sorcery for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sweet man. Is there any like parting words you have for anybody? Or
Yeah. Anything you want to say to Ohio and whoever else watches this?
actually, somebody at Atlanta stopped me and they were like, "I watched your video." And I wanted to play a drinking game with every time you said Ohio, we take a shot. But there was no way we were making it through the first 3 minutes of your video. And then you just said it again.
Damn. Anything
Ohio
you want to
County.
say, Andy? Any parting words?
Blue Farm good.
Blue Farm is good. Start treating it like it's good.
I'm trying to think of something like super deep.
Yeah.
and it's-
No, take your
it's
time.
like-
We'll do like one of those like time lapse things, and we'll just
Like-
sit here like stoic.
You can do like a massive time lapse and like the sun starts going down. I'm like pacing back and forth, and then I'm like, Gatorade.
This isn't getting edited at all, bro. That's all in there.
Yeah, no, this is all. Well, everybody, thank you for watching again.
Thanks, Andy, for
Thanks,
coming
Andy.
out, bro.
Yeah, thanks for having me
just
on.
being on. This was awesome. Yeah, we'll.
He's leaning in.
How do we still can't figure it out.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Have a good time.
Please.